Good evening. What's today? Thursday. So, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I am Professor LaTanya White. As you probably know, if you've been watching the lives or watching the recordings, I'm an entrepreneurship educator. I'm a certified business analyst, and I am currently a doctoral student studying the racial wealth gap and entrepreneurial dynasties. And I put emphasis on currently because we want to be finished very soon. We want to be finished by June 30th at the absolute latest. So pray with me. I've been working on chapter 2 today. I got some feedback on chapter 1. I've already gotten feedback on chapter 3. I need to make those edits. And then there's 2 more steps before I can actually conduct the study. And then 2 more chapters to write and some edits, and then I have to defend. So we're trying to get all of that done on top of facilitating 7 classes and co-parenting a 6-year-old who wants to start a nail salon business, but has not yet learned how to paint nails. So just pray. We're down to, about 5.5 months, but God provides. Jehovah Jireh, God is a provider. He's a promise keeper. We know that his word will not return to him void, so praise the Lord for that. So what we're talking about tonight is mission statement design. So without, throwing anybody under the bus, I was working with some folks who shall remain nameless, and gave them the checklist. So I went over the checklist a while ago. I'm actually going to make that available for people, so you can just download the checklist and just go step by step. I'm working with my VA to outsource a business process that can actually build out that checklist so that it becomes like a workbook, like a notebook for you. Because I know, I hear from a lot of people that they go back and they watch the lives and everything. So I have one friend that he has so many ideas, he doesn't remember which notebook he put it in. So I'll share, and of course it's going to be backwards. But this is my favorite notebook, to the point where I order 6 and 12 of them at a time. This is a Mead interactive notebook. And I was completely inspired to find or to make an interactive notebook for my students after I had talked to a 3rd grade teacher. But, the way my life is set up, it was easier for me to find one and purchase one from online. So this is the Me Interactive Notebook. It has pockets, so you can put all kinds of notes in here, and then more pockets inside, so paper clips, that kind of stuff. But what I love, and this is the nerd in me geeking out, is it has a table of contents. Hey, Court, Chappelle. I'm getting ready to chat about strategic mission statement design. But I was just sharing that I'm going to be working with my VA to get a notebook design so that for people that go back and watch the lives, or if you're on live, that you have one place to keep everything. So I'll go ahead and get into it. I know people are going to join when they can. Let's see. Let's get this started. All right. So we are developing the mission statement. And because I want to model the things that I ask you to do, so whether you're watching this live or you're watching the recording, calls to action, right? You see that call to action right there? It says share this with 3 people and text done. Get into the habit, if you are in business for yourself, get into the habit of having calls to action. The call to action does not always have to lead to a sale. It does not always have to be add to cart. It can be something as authentic and as easy as asking people to share the live, share the post. So that's the call to action. But what we're talking about tonight is developing your mission statement. So I was working with a group of folks working on their mission statements, and it was a half of a page long. And I still didn't know what are you in business for? What? I don't understand. So I wanted to, and they have the checklist. Step 1, it has 4 parts, and they ended up producing a half-page long document that was more a sales pitch than it was to make sure that I was the right customer for them. Nicole, Hey, thanks for joining. And Michonne, hi. So we're just getting started talking about developing the mission statement, and it's 4 parts. 4 parts. Because we as first generation Black wealth creators, as startup founders, we don't have the luxury of trying to get someone's attention and actually require them to be functioning at this very high level to understand a half-page long mission statement. We're competing with a lot of noise. We're competing with a lot of brands that have been on the market, been in the marketplace for a long time, poised with purpose. Hey, so we just don't have the opportunity. We don't have the luxury of asking people to read through this 4-page letter and then figure out if we are talking to them. Poised moms, yay. So working on the mission statement. The first thing, state the problem. Hey auntie, make sure that your mission statement articulates to the people that you are serving or the people that you want to serve, that you understand the problem that they face. So business model generation, some of you have heard me refer to this before. Actually, conversations with Nicole, you brought it up. You held me accountable, made me remember to finish that out. So if you ever look up business model generation, you'll see that it's this rectangle and it has these 9 they're referred to as building blocks. These 9 blocks in it. And so we're taught to read from left to right, except for my background because I don't have my mirror filter on. We're taught to read from left to right. But on business model generation, what's on the left side is key partners. What's on the right side is customer segments. So if you just see the business model canvas, you'll think, okay, because I read from left to right, I'll start over here with key partners. But when you actually read the text, and it's open source, you can get a copy of business model generation from anywhere online. It's open source. You'll see that the first thing that it starts with is customers. And it actually says, you do not have a business unless you have customers. So when we're talking about developing our mission statement, right? Because that's what we're starting with today, developing the mission statement. And if you're just joining, I'm trying to get you all into the habit. I want to be an example for you. I have a call to action for you right there. So share this with 3 people and then text the little emoji icon done. All right. So we're developing our mission statement. We're stating the problem, but in order for you to articulate the problem clearly, you have to know who your customers are and you have to know what they are experiencing. Thank you so much. With this, so there are some sub layers per usual. Yeah, we can state the problem, but let's make sure that when we're articulating or stating that problem, we say it clearly, like in a really straightforward way. But also you're communicating to your future clients and customers that you understand what they're going through. And like literally from a heart space, you understand that they're frustrated by something. You understand that they're motivated by something, and you are articulating that as you're stating this problem. Mr. Coffee, hey. So we'll take Dynastic Wealth Builders, for example. The problem is first generation Black wealth creators feel isolated and frustrated because they don't have anyone in their family they can talk to about creating wealth. So I use some very emotional words there. Isolated, frustrated. So as you're stating the problem, really expand your understanding of feeling words. There's a concept, and I'll type it in the chat. It's called the emotions wheel. And so what you'll see, if you ever go, you can just pull it up when we get off, or if you're watching a recording of this, just open up a new tab and type in emotions wheel. It actually shows you that there's more, we feel more things than just love, surprise, anger, joy, and sadness. And I'll pull it up here. I didn't think to take a screenshot of it. But in the emotions wheel, and I always go to the emotions wheel, the emotion wheel that's on the whole self wellness website, so wsw.center website. So in the center, the very center, so at the core, that's where we have the ones that come to mind really easy: love, joy, surprise, sadness. But when we like look in the outer spaces, we see that surprise can be interpreted as stunned, confused, amazed, overcome, moved, right? And if we go out another bit further, surprise can metamorphosize into shock, dismay, disillusion. So I know that first generation Black wealth creators feel frustrated. They feel isolated. So I'm using these really emotional words to let my customers know that I understand the problem that you are facing as a first generation Black wealth creator. So as you're developing your mission statement, and hi for everyone that's just joined us, Diamond Exquisites, Divine Elegance Events, and Shakanda, hi. So you're just joining us, tag a Black wealth creator, first generation Black entrepreneur, if you think that this time or this workshop would be valuable to them. So we're talking about developing our mission statement, and it's a 4 points, not 4 paragraphs, not 4 pages. This could easily be a 4-sentence mission statement. And I'll type the one for Dynastic Wealth Builders. The problem, again, that first generation Black wealth creators face is they feel isolated, they feel frustrated because they don't have anyone in their family that they can talk to about creating wealth. That's the problem. So make sure you're taking your notes, because I'm gonna check in and see how this is landing, see how this is, how you're able to communicate it and articulate it based on what you're doing. So from stating the problem, we go to stating the solution. So I have another call to action for you. Let's see. Got another call to action for you. So this so far is adding any value. Just tap in with your hearts. You can use the emojis or just tap the little heart button at the bottom. So getting you into the habit of hearing calls to action, so that you see how natural they can be or how natural they should be. And then getting you into the habit of actually executing on a call to action, because you are going to be doing the same thing as you're building your own business. So you have to see how it feels to both do and execute. Okay. So if I'm adding any value, and thank you for the hearts, I see them. Just tap in with some hearts, either the little white heart emoji, thank you, Sean, or the little like button at the bottom. So the problem you've already stated, but you stated it in a way that makes your customers or your future customers, they know that you understand their problem. You even understand how they feel, like in their heart space. You understand that they are they're nervous, they're frightened. You understand that they are amazed, that they're confused. And I'm looking at the emotions wheel over here on this screen. And you're stating that in the problem. Now, the next part of your mission statement is the solution. So what is the solution that you are creating, that you are promising to these future customers and clients and patients, right? What are you promising them? And so that is what your solution becomes. So first generation Black wealth creators feel often, let me say this, because not everybody, but first generation Black wealth creators often feel isolated and frustrated because they don't have anyone in their families to talk to about wealth. The solution, and in the mission statement, it doesn't say the solution, but just so that you know the marker. Dynastic Wealth Builders community provides mentorship, support, and a safe space to learn and grow about wealth creation. That's the solution, right? I articulated the problem. I know how you feel, and there's a really easy solution that I said Dynastic Wealth Builder, so I included the name of the business. Now you're starting to, as this customer, you're starting to associate the solution that I need with the company that provides it. The name of the business was not at the beginning of the mission statement. And that's because the business is not about me. The business is about the people that we serve, right? We're doing this for impact. And you come to the table as a business owner to serve others. Focus on the outcome, and the income will make its way to you. So, yay, I'm glad that this is helpful. And welcome to everyone that's just joined, Mr. St. Fleur, Tyresha, and Edmundo. Thanks for joining. We're talking about developing your mission statement. There are 4 points. First point is to state the problem. Now we're on the second point with stating the solution. So to go back, the name of the business was not in the statement of the problem because it's not about you. When we talk about, and this kind of formula is based on Donald Miller, some of his resources. I tagged him in the Instagram post for this. I talk about building a story brand. That's one of the elements of the 7 steps to Dynastic Wealth Building. And so he has this program. It's called Business Made Simple University. And this is where you can learn about like strategic marketing and storytelling. One of those add-on products that he has is how to create your mission statement. So this is totally, I'm just interpreting this for you on behalf of Donald Miller. Get his book, really, really good book. Book is so good that I actually ordered 2 copies of the audiobook and gave away as many copies of the audiobook in my class as I could. I ran out of copies, so I had to buy another copy. It was so good. But this whole mission statement formula is inspired by some of Donald Miller's resources. So state the problem, state the solution. And where I was going with that is when you're doing your brand storytelling, the thing to make sure that you understand or that you're presenting is that you or the business is not the hero of the story. So when we had Joe Bay Products on the other day, we talked about being the hero. The person that you are serving is the hero. So my first generation Black wealth creators, they're the hero of their family. They're the hero of generations from now. But they need me to help guide them through that process. So if I put my name or Dynastic Wealth Builders at the very front of the mission statement, then you already don't even see yourself in the mission statement, right? It's like, okay, let me see if this, are they talking about me? Does this have anything to do with me? But if you are articulating the problem from their perspective to begin with, it's easier for your customers to identify themselves in your mission statement and therefore in your brand, and make it easier. That makes it easier for them to want to purchase products and services from you. Okay. So problem, solution. Then we get into the results, because the results are different from the solution, right? The solution to me, not weighing what I want to weigh is eat right. But I have to actually do it in order to get the results that I want. So make sure that you can differentiate what your solution that you offer and what the solution actually creates. So you got another call to action right here, right? So text 850-306-4745 if you want to sign up for your own coaching session. And I do those for free at no cost. I only ask you to sign a waiver so that I can use the footage. But I just don't have the bandwidth or the capacity to do like one-on-one coaching, but I can do group coaching, at no cost for free. So text 850-306-4745 to get in on the coaching, or if you have questions about your own business or just need to vent. Like sometimes you just need someone who can hear you out. So that's your call to action for this segment. State the problem, state the solution, describe the results. So we understand that first generation Black wealth creators feel isolated and frustrated because they often don't have anyone in their family to talk to about generating wealth. Dynastic Wealth Builders community provides mentorship, support, and a safe space to learn and grow about wealth creation and wealth transfers, problem and solution, right? The results are, so their grandchildren's grandchildren don't have anything to worry about. That's the mission statement for Dynastic Wealth Builders. Problem, solution, and a compound sentence that includes the results. So it's really straightforward. And the main thing is that you have to see yourself, if you're a first generation Black wealth creator, in here, hey, auntie, you want to make sure that, let me say this, as you are developing your mission statement or revamping it, revising it, whatever is going to work for you, that you're writing it in a way that your customers can see themselves in the way that you stated the problem. They want to make sure that you understand what they're going through. State the problem, state the solution, describe the results. Like, what is the outcome? Remember, we want to focus on the outcome, the transformation. One of the 7 habits of highly effective people begin with the end in mind. If you know where you want people to end up, it's easier for you to build the products, the services, to have the content strategy, the social media content. It's easier for you to show up and serve in a way that's going to get them to whatever that transformation or whatever that outcome is going to be. And so from there, you can include a tagline. You can think about, you can consider a tagline like a motto, right? Or like a slogan. So of course you think of Nike, right? Just do it. McDonald's, I'm loving it. So your tagline, think about it in a way that if you made that your website address, they could associate it with your business. So our tagline is, we're building Black dynasties. So could you imagine going to buildingblackdynasties.com? You're going to get an idea just from that website address, which is the tagline, what you're in for as a future client or future customer. And then when you get to the website, you're going to see the mission statement, because you want to make sure, I want to make sure that you know you're in the right place. I want to make sure that you know that we, right, even it's me and Sparrow, we're holding it down. We're accounting, bookkeeping, marketing, we're all of that. That we understand how frustrating and how isolating it might feel for you as a first generation Black wealth creator. And just because like my inflection, so if you're listening, so this is like just public speaking stuff, I wanted you to understand that I'm taking on a more serious tone. So my tone of voice and my inflection went down, but that doesn't mean that you have to have a business that's only focused on the bad or the sad things. Sometimes things are so good that the problem is I'm overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. But you can articulate that to me as a part of the problem that your social media strategy business provides. One problem might be that there are community organizations that don't know what everyone else is doing. That's a problem. But the solution that you're providing Conversations with Nicole is to create community connections between these movers and shakers in our different parts of our lives. And of course, you come up with the result and the tagline. But that's the mission statement, right? So really quick, developing the mission statement. You got a call to action there. Share this with 3 people and text done. And thanks for everyone that's already done that. Hey, everyone that's just joining. You want to start by stating the problem. Remember, yes, Nicole. State the problem. Make sure you articulate that you know who your customer is. You use emotional words, like look up an emotions wheel so that you can use those really, really emotional words. State the solution. Really straightforward. This is what we do to solve the problem that we know you're facing. You want to describe the results. So again, and I'm missing my calls to action, so I'm glad I put them up there. If you're just joining, if you are in business, if you have an idea for a business, or if you know someone in business and you think they might benefit from being connected with me, please have them text, or you text 850-306-4745. So describe the results, and then include a tagline. So I'll go through the Dynastic Wealth Builders mission statement. And if I could type fast enough, I would put it in there. Let me try it out. Let's see. We'll see. These comments be giving me issues sometimes. All right. So we understand. There we go. We understand that first generation Black wealth creators feel frustrated and isolated, ... right? So that's a part of the problem. Why do they feel frustrated and isolated? Often, may not be able to type it in there. Often they don't have anyone in their family to talk to about creating wealth. That's still a problem. So we understand that first generation Black wealth creators feel frustrated and isolated. Often they don't have anyone in their family to talk to about creating wealth. That's the problem. Dynastic Wealth Builders community. You gotta watch from the beginning, right? Dynastic Wealth Builders community provides mentorship, support, and a safe space to learn about, so there's a typo in there that I can't master, to learn about generating and transferring wealth. Okay, that's the solution. Now, either I'm crazy or the typing appeared while she was talking and typing. It's a delay. There's a delay, Michonne. Sorry. So whenever you all start doing your own lives, because that's going to be a part of your content strategy, right? You'll see that there's about a 5 to 6 second delay. So that's what was going on. So we got our problem. I've just broke it up into 2 parts so I didn't lose your attention span. We got our problem, the solution there. What's the correlation between the mission statement and the elevator pitch? Actually, Nicole, so let me type in the other 2 parts and I'll read it all, and you can actually, let's time me and let's see how quickly it takes me to say it. Because the idea is that if you get your mission statement down pat in these 4 statements, that is your elevator pitch. And you're going to be doing it, you're going to deliver it in such a way that people are like, okay, tell me more. How do I find out more? What's your website? And then you just use your tagline and add the .com, and that becomes the website, okay? So we got problem, solution. Let's get our results in here. So their grandchildren don't have to worry. And we could put about money, right? That's the solution. I'm sorry, that's the results. The tagline is, we are building Black dynasties. Period. So I'm gonna let that catch up, cause Nicole, I want you to text ready when you have a stopwatch, or somebody text ready when you have a stopwatch. And I'll do role play. I used to be in pharmaceutical sales, so we had to do role play a lot. Like I can role play by myself, but let me know when y'all are ready. So just type ready in the chat. Type ready if you're gonna time me and do the stopwatch. Maybe that'll help better. But you see that I have those. So they came out to about, let's see, 1, 2. I have 4.5, 5 sentences in here for the Dynastic Wealth Builders community that uses every component: the problem, the solution, the results, and the tagline. All right, so Nicole texted that she's ready. I'm going to get going. So Nicole, just you start timing it whenever you hear it. Hi, I'm Professor LaTanya White, and first generation Black wealth creators often feel frustrated and isolated because they often don't have anyone in their family to talk to about creating wealth. Dynastic Wealth Builders community provides mentorship, support, and a safe space for people to learn about wealth creation and wealth transfer. So their grandchildren won't have anything to worry about. In the Dynastic Wealth Builders community, we are building Black dynasties. And that is all. So let me know what time you got on that. And then let me know how that sounds as an elevator pitch. So I'll wait a couple of seconds. And also I'll do this. So just so that you know, these insights are from Donald Miller. So 32 seconds. All right. So, most people say you should be able to do your elevator pitch in 30 seconds or less. I think I did it. I was over by 2 seconds, but I also wasn't rushed, right? So you can use your mission statement as your elevator pitch. You can use it on your website. You can take different parts of it. You can take the problem and build content around the problem. You can take the solution and build content. You can go live. You can do posts. You can add infographics around the solution. You can take the results and build content around the results. Get your tagline. Visit us, learn more. Now, one thing I will say is I didn't include a call to action. Make sure you have a call to action in your mission statement or in your elevator pitch. So I'll do that again with a call to action. All right. So you can build content around your tagline. So let me do that again. So, hi, I'm Professor LaTanya White, and I understand that first generation Black wealth creators often feel isolated and frustrated because they don't have people in their families where they can talk to about wealth creation. The Dynastic Wealth Builders community provides mentorship, support, and a safe space for people to learn about wealth creation and wealth transfer, so their grandchildren won't have anything to worry about. In the Dynastic Wealth Builders community, we are building Black dynasties. Learn more at buildingblackdynasties.com. So that last part, learn more at buildingblackdynasties.com, which isn't the website address, but I probably should get it, right? That's the call to action. So you're welcome. I'm glad that helped. Hi, Keeper of the Crown. Welcome. And yes, the elevator pitch concept. So if you are going to be if you want to get on the radio station, if you want to get on a TV show, that can become the pitch that you use to position yourself. Or even if you're going to be in a pitch competition for money, that can be what you use to kind of lay the foundation before getting into the business model and all those other things about, well, how am I going to make my money back as an investor? So that's developing the mission statement, 4 parts. Really quick recap, and thank you for the feedback. I'm glad that you found value in it. So your last call to action is to save this live. So once, we end the recording and everything, there's that little ribbon that you'll see once you go back and rewatch it. Save this live, because as we've just demonstrated, your mission statement can help you develop your content strategy. It can help you develop your pitch strategy. And of course, it can help you with your calls to action. So in 4 parts, right? Just stating the problem, stating the solution, describing the results, and including a tagline. Now that's what we call repurposing content. So I hope this was helpful. Yay! Teaching the same concept to your students, and this is straightforward. I'm so glad. Let me know how it goes, what kind of feedback that you get from them, and share the live with them. I kept it clean with my language, so share this live with them, and hopefully that'll help them as well. So, but I reached out, so you see your call to action there, to text 850-306-4745. I actually, and that's my gang, that's my text community. I asked them first. I asked them if they thought it would be valuable if I talked about developing a mission statement, because I always want to be in a place where I'm co-creating, where I'm providing what you want, right? You'll hear me say all the time, tell the people. One of the other things I'm like, give the people what they want, okay? If the people don't want it, don't give the people that thing. So I asked the text community if this is something that they thought would be valuable. So you actually have them to thank. And if you're in the audience now with us live and you're in the text community, I thank you. I think this was really helpful to restate. And then we can get into some other content tomorrow. So text me, let me know what's on your hearts, what you need clarity on. But I always got something in my back pocket in case you come up. You come up empty. But that'll be all for this evening. Thank you for the feedback. Text the number and save this live. All right. Bye, y'all.